Afterschool Anime Club. I'm your host, Max Newland. I'm so glad to be here, and I've got two very good friends here. He definitely doesn't need horsemanship lessons. It's Max Kostrak.
I know all about horses. Hello.
And she was last seen aiding and abetting a lone insurgent at the marina. It's Stevie Matos.
Hi. Where's my dad?
I hope he's enjoying that PS5 we talked about him having.
He absolutely is.
before the
He
podcast.
loves that PS5.
You probably know it from the episode. Like, you downloaded the episode. You've seen the shit. I know you know. It's Gundam Wing time.
Yeah.
Here we are. No lie, this was one of the reasons why I just very much looked forward to doing this podcast, was knowing that this was definitely on the list.
Yeah, this is a pillar of American anime, just in general. I think this was like most American kids' first mobile suit.
I was one of those kids. This was my first mobile suit.
Same.
Oh my god. And actually, I think, truly, honestly, my first exposure to anime. Like, this was the one that I, like, tuned
Really?
into. Like, this
Wow.
Was, yeah, like, I knew of, like, Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z and stuff, but, like, Gundam Wing was the one that I, like, watched.
It hooked you.
Yeah. I told y'all that, like, this was the one, Duo Maxwell was one of my Ryokos, but two, this was my first foray into fiction writing. I told y'all that, right?
Oh,
right.
that's right.
Yes. I used to write fan fiction.
That's so exciting. We've got to, yeah, I feel like we're going to need to explore that.
Yes.
I feel like this was a show that kind of successfully was one of the first anime to kind of successfully position itself as something for older kids.
Yes.
In the United States. I definitely feel like, you know, Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z were kind of going for a younger audience at the time, even though Dragon Ball Z is like fantastically violent TV show when you really get down to it.
Kids love that.
They do.
Kids do love violence. I think everybody does.
I mean, honestly.
Hey, regular cartoons weren't doing it. They yearned for lasers.
They did. They really did. They did.
And then for the older kids, you can watch these like sensitive meditations on the nature of war and imperialism and stuff like that.
And honestly, not know what the fuck they are talking about the entire time. You're just there for the melodrama.
Nope.
Because
Yep, I was whole first episode.
Just enjoying the vibes.
I was watching this as an adult, and I was like, I did not get this as a kid. I was just here for the very intense stares and the cute boys. And the
I was
cool
like,
robots.
There's some kind of government thing going on? Interesting. Look at this robot, though. It's big.
I was very proud of myself. I knew I could still name all 5 pilots, but I couldn't name... So I could do that, but I couldn't name all 5 Gundams. I still screwed up and didn't know Wu Fei's, but I still knew. I knew all 4. The other 4.
These are all new to me.
Oh my god, I love them.
You know, I think before we continue, it's actually time to test that knowledge a little bit.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
It's episode 13, the spooky number. And it's also the final new series of this first season of Afterschool Anime Club.
Okay.
So, you know, I went back to the old well that I always go to when it's time for a new series. But seeing as how it's the spooky number and also the kind of sort of beginning of season 1's finale, I have a special No Need for Trivia today.
Okay.
Special?
And it's one you made reference to when we were watching Trigun.
Oh no.
That was No Need for Trivia EX. This is No Need for Trivia Unreal.
I love it.
The 14 heads out there are loving this.
I love how stressed out these games make me. Legitimately.
I'm gonna need to change my shirt after this.
And you've already had to do that once today because you went through some stressful stuff.
I did.
Well, look, I hopefully it won't be too much of an ordeal for you all, but I did want to send the season off. This isn't the season. This isn't the last episode. This is this is the first of the last 3 episodes.
Yes.
I just wanted to dissuade that fear in people's hearts right now. So check it out. This is No Need for Trivia Unreal. I'm taking all the rules from No Need for Trivia EX and adding them on. So you've got to buzz in. You've got to answer in the form of No Need for X.
I'm not ready. I lied.
I'm also putting because Unreal is harder than EX, I'm putting a time limit on this.
Oh, time pressure kills me.
You know that we think slow.
If someone doesn't buzz in within 30 seconds of me finishing the question, I take the point.
Ah.
Oh, whew.
Okay. Damn.
Okay, are you two ready?
Yes.
I am ready.
Okay, go ahead and type out the word buzz in our Discord chat.
Okay.
And keep your fingers on those enter keys, because
Right
here
here.
is question number 1. Gundam Wing features an interesting change to the coloration of beam saber weaponry used in combat. Good guys use green, bad guys use pink. How is this different from previous Gundam series? That's Stevie.
Was previous Gundam series colors for beam sabers blue?
No, I'm sorry, that's not correct.
Buzz.
And Kostrak.
Were they reversed?
That is correct. This was the first Gundam series where the good guys use green. In previous series, good guys use pink, bad guys use green.
Because I think I've seen that before.
Man.
I haven't watched much Gundam, but I've seen so many GIFs.
I was thinking of 086, and I was like, wait, because they were mostly guns in 086.
Are you prepared for question number 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready.
There is an interesting naming convention among the main cast and some of the important supporting characters. We've only met a few Gundam pilots, but you can already have enough information to see what this convention is. What is? That's Stevie.
Numbering system. Is it numbers? Are their
Whoa,
names
wow.
are
You
like
got
numbers?
it dead on the nose. Dead on the nose.
Duo
Oh.
Catra.
Duo Maxwell.
Troa.
Troa is for trois
Trois.
for French. Quatre is
is
French for
four.
4. Now the interesting one is Hiro. Yui, his last name is an alternate spelling for the word in Japanese that can be translated as lone, as in lone wolf, which makes him a stand-in for the number 1.
Interesting.
Okay, number 3. This is a test of your anime history knowledge.
Okay.
In 1995, Gundam Wing won second place in the Animage Grand Prix Awards, with Duo Maxwell taking the top spot for the favorite male characters.
Because he deserves.
He does deserve it. What anime beat Gundam Wing for the number 1 spot in 1995? That's Stevie.
Sailor Moon?
It's incorrect. It was not Sailor Moon.
Okay. That was the only guess I had.
Critically acclaimed anime.
Critically acclaimed anime.
Critically acclaimed anime.
Oh, I'm so bad with years.
Yeah.
I think this point goes to you, Newland.
Do you have a guess?
Is that Cowboy Bebop, or is that too early? That's too early, isn't it?
It was Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, no!
So yeah,
Yes.
Hideaki Anno beat Gundam Wing in 1995.
I mean,
All right.
one of them is sadder than the other, I guess. I don't know.
It is a little true. Yeah. Okay, so we have a three-way tie going into question number 4.
Okay.
The Toonami ad bump for Gundam Wing featured a voiceover containing a reference to a speech given by a U.S. president. The specific line, "The torch has been passed to a new generation." That's Kostrak?
Is it JFK?
That is absolutely correct. They referenced JFK in the Toonami ad.
I
bump for Gundam.
remember this ad. The moment you started, it came into my mind fully formed.
The ad bumpers on Toonami were incredible.
Yeah, they were. They were actually really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely wild stuff. That's
They were.
why I remember them.
Okay, number 5. In the English dub, fan favorite character Duo Maxwell appends the title The Great Destroyer when introducing himself. This, however, was censored from the original Japanese appellation. What did he call himself in the Japanese dub?
The Japanese.
It's not the Great Destroyer. It's not that.
I'm gonna guess.
Stevie?
The Angel of Death? I don't know.
It's close.
Oh, damn it.
Max, do you have a better guess?
Is it the God of Death, Shinigami?
That's correct. It was the God of Death.
Nice.
Because
Yeah,
I translated the episode title number 2 and noticed
shit.
that it says Shinigami
Nice.
or Shingami.
Nerd. Proud of you.
Dang, all right.
Proud of you, nerd.
Max is pulling ahead. It's 3-1 right
Which
now.
is unbelievable.
Crazy.
Okay, number 6. The first draft of the design of Gundam 01, that's the one that Hiro is piloting in the beginning of episode 1, was originally based upon this Gundam, piloted by Domon Kashu, the main character in the anime series Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Give me the name of Domon Kashu's Gundam.
Oh, no.
This one's all you, Stevie. I have no idea.
Mobile Fighter G Gundam?
I will give you a hint. It is his second Gundam, whose name was changed because of American sensibilities at the time in the English dub. Stevie?
Is it, oh God. So you're talking about the hint is Hiro's second Gundam is what you're talking about?
No. This is the Gundam that Hiro ditched in the ocean in this first episode. It's based on its design is based on the Gundam piloted by Domon Kashu from G Gundam.
Right. But what was the hint you gave?
The name of this Gundam was changed to Burning Gundam in the United States because they feared American audiences would not like its original name.
Oh, okay. Oh no, it's based off of. Oh no. I'm gonna guess. Gundam 1 Shooting Star Gundam.
Okay. Kostrak, do you have a guess, Ilse? I heard
do
you
not.
forfeiting. Okay.
I am forfeiting.
Well, it's called the God Gundam.
God Gundam G. God Gundam.
They just put this guy in a thing called the God Gundam, and then U.S. translators were like, "We're not going to do that."
We're not doing that, actually.
Love it.
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, Stevie, Newland, Kostrak. We got 2 questions left.
Okay.
Question 7. The composer for Gundam Wing's score also held this role for another anime we've watched on this show. Can you name that anime? That's Kostrak.
Is it Outlaw Star?
You are correct.
Nice. That was my guess. Fuck.
I only guessed because of space.
And I feel like you can hear if you set the two next to each other, there are similarities. One of the big ones being that despite the fact we really only heard like 2 or 3 different music tracks in these 2 episodes, there are a absolute shitload of. The man produces like a dozen or 2 dozen 1-minute tracks for the animes that he works on. His name is Ko Otani, by the way.
I was gonna say the biggest similarities is the bumpers in Outlaw Star and the battle music in Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
The shredding of the guitars.
Sorry about my cat losing her mind in the background.
I can't hear her, so
I couldn't hear that.
I can't hear her, but now all of a
That
sudden
should
I
be a wonderful
can't.
treat for the listener.
Yeah. I'll crank my volume up while you're talking there so people can hear it. All right. Okay, so are you ready? This is the final question. This is one that is near and dear to my heart for reasons we will talk about in the rest of the episode.
Okay.
Question 8. The English dub of Gundam Wing was recorded by Ocean Group, which at the time was also producing an English dub of Dragon Ball Z, which aired on Toonami for years before Funimation took over. The voice actor who played Duo Maxwell, Scott McNeil, was also a part of the DBZ cast. Can you tell me which character he played? Worth noting, this is the original English dub of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, this is Ocean Dub.
Yes, not Funimation. So it's not Chris Sabat, it's not Sean Schemmel. Hold on a second. I believe that was Stevie first, yes? Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna guess because I'm like trying to dig in my brain. Is it oh god, is it Krillin?
Wasn't Krillin.
Okay.
Max, have you...
I would like to guess Vegeta.
Ooh.
You're incorrect. That was Brian Drummond. He was in both of these episodes, but it was not as Duo Maxwell.
Oh.
Scott McNeil played Piccolo.
What?
In the
Man, I
DBZ
almost
Ocean
guessed
dub.
that.
I should have gone with Piccolo. Come on. Oh man.
Which is so funny because I feel like they're the most different characters ever.
I love that.
Duo Maxwell and Piccolo.
Yes. 100%. Oh, amazing.
Well, everybody did great. Max, you're the winner this time.
Actually,
Congratulations.
it's time for the turn. I realized something
What?
towards the end of this game, and I didn't speak up, but it's too late now. Newland, congratulations, you were the winner because neither Stevie nor I once said no need for blank.
None of you did it.
Oh yeah.
None of us did it.
We never do
completely
it.
fucking forgot,
We
which means we earned 0 points.
That means you all hit and rage before you could even finish the mechanics, unfortunately. That's what we call a full party wipe. The echo will strengthen you for the next game.
I hope so. I'm gonna need it.
Thanks, Heidelin.
Well, I'll just take that. I'll just take that trophy. Take that, put it up on all the times I beat Stevie and Max at my game that I control. Oh boy.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's only one remedy for soothing the sting of defeat, and that's talking about anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I would love to tell you what happened, and I'm going to do that. We watched the first 2 episodes of Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, and here's what happened. Episode 1, The Shooting Star She Saw, opens with exposition. The United Earth Sphere Alliance is playing the imperialism game. Our hero, an unarmed pilot, fights off Lieutenant Zex of the Alliance Army, but can't avoid a crash landing. On Earth, our pilot is discovered by Relina, the daughter of Prime Minister Dorlan, and Zex makes his report to his superior, Colonel Trey's, leader of the mysterious Oz faction. Up and at him immediately, our hero refuses rescue and makes his getaway in a stolen ambulance. But hey, stop worrying about that guy and check these guys out. We get our first taste of some real Gundam action and get introduced to our main cast, Duo, Troa, Catra, and Wu Fei. Zex is worried about these dudes. Turns out Gundams are big deals. Meanwhile, Relina's back in school and there's a new student, Hiro Yui, obviously our pilot from the intro. That famous scene takes place. You've all seen it. Hiro's not a party guy. From this brief interaction, it's clear Relina's getting mixed up into something big. In episode 2, The Gundam Death Scythe, the new kid is having trouble fitting in without making a fuss. Zex is making waves too, trying to speed up the search for the crashed Gundam. It turns out Hiro isn't just here to learn. He's using school resources for war stuff too. Relina ponders his secretive behavior while we watch him do the aforesaid war stuff, and Zex launches his marine mobile suits. But things start going pretty bad pretty fast thanks to the titular Death Scythe, which gets a shot standing in the flames looking cool as hell. We check in with the other pilots from the end of episode 1, all of them adjusting to their new military posts on Earth. Meanwhile, Zex and his troops find the crashed Gundam, but their attempts to salvage it are foiled once more by the Great Destroyer and his Death Scythe. With no time to spare, Duo deactivates the Gundam's self-destruct and absconds with it. Meanwhile, Relina arrives at the site of Hiro's action after abandoning her party and demands to know his true identity. But before he can take her out, Duo steps in and incapacitates him. Still not down and out, Hiro hits go on his plan, and it seems that his Gundam and Death Scythe are both lost to the ocean depths. And that's what happened in those 2 episodes. So many things happen in these episodes.
So much happened. What I love about Gundam Wing, like coming back to it as an adult, and I also watched this with my partner, which was hilarious, because his blind reactions to things, I was like, cool. This justifies a lot in my brain for me. Is that like you're dropped in the middle of the action, and like this is the one time where a voiceover like narrator for exposition is insanely helpful. Like insanely helpful, because we're not getting to see pieces get set up. We are seeing pieces already in play in like this political landscape, like of a story, right? We're getting dropped into this story. And I wonder for those of us who are familiar with other Gundam, series, is if some of it is a like, if it's like everything kind of happens in similar but not the same universes, maybe it's different generations and things like that, because the only Gundams I'm super familiar with is Wing and 086, and I know 086 is before Wing, so I wonder if there's a bit of an assumption that like, since Gundam is not necessarily a franchise, but very similar to like Final Fantasy, like how like there are things that carry over.
They're thinking that you, the viewer, have a little bit of this history already.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Is what I imagine is going on. Because this does take place in the same setting as other Gundam series. They are all intertwined. They're doing the Marvel MCU thing. Right. So like, I guess it could really be said that Marvel's doing the Gundam thing.
Yeah.
More accurately.
This was a little difficult for me because this is not just my first time watching Gundam Wing. This is, I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, my very first Gundam show.
Wow!
I've watched
That's
big
great
robot
news for
shows
me.
I have never watched a Gundam show before.
This is dope, though. This one's dope.
There is a show that we must cover on Anime Club called Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
Yeah.
I really hope you guys don't know anything about
I've
it.
heard of
Nothing.
it, but I don't know
I've never
anything
heard of
about
it.
it. No. I
Oh
don't
my
think I've
fucking
seen it
god!
now.
I can't wait. I'm gonna poop. It's such a good TV show for reasons that I will not tell you right now. I will let it be a mystery. Don't look up G Gundam.
I promise.
Just wait with bated breath for when we decide to do that on the show.
Wait, hold on. I might spoil a little. I just want to double check. Is Mobile Suit G Gundam the Gundams where like they don't sit in pilot seats? They essentially can like operate, like they stand in like an area of the Gundam. Oh, I have seen it. I have seen it. It is cool. I haven't seen a lot of it, but I have absolutely seen
really
it, and
cool
it's
show.
very, very fucking cool. Okay, cool. Yes, great, cool. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, they do.
I
It's
will
cool.
look forward to this.
I don't remember any of the story, but I have seen clips. It is very dope.
But getting back to Gundam Wing.
Yes.
Yes.
This is clearly a situation in which like they're going for like they're trusting the audience a lot.
Yeah.
To really absorb what's happening here.
Yeah, it was a good thing I was like plugged into this and didn't just have this on the TV on the background, because I was doing my very best to keep up with names and what was going on and all of the sort of exposition that we get in these first two episodes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what was really jarring for me, though, and what is different about this show than every single one we have watched so far, no jokes.
No.
Yeah, this is not
pretty
funny.
straight-laced,
Yeah.
like they are telling a story. It is serious, and we're here to watch and learn about why these robots are fighting each other.
Yeah, it's not funny. The stakes are high, and it's got a really fast pace. It accelerates very quickly.
Oh my god.
Because like they're in the middle of a war, so it's like it's not. There's duo over time will become the comedic relief to a degree, because and we're kind of getting that like from these first two episodes of the kind of character
Sure.
Duo is as a person, but. Excuse me. No, these are like child soldiers who are like fighting
that
an organization. Like
Hiro Yui, I believe, is 16.
Yeah, I think Hiro's 16. Duo, I think, is 15. Troa, I think, is the oldest at 17. It's either Troa or Wei Fei are the oldest, and Katra is I think
dude.
also 15. Baby.
Babies killing babies over here.
Babies killing babies. I mean, somebody's probably gonna wiki check me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I think maybe only one of them is 18, and it might be Troa. But I think it's like 15 to 17 is how old these guys are.
Now, what about Zex? That's my question. Like, where is Zex an adult?
Yes. Oh no.
He's a grown-ass man.
This eats me up because I know all of like I know like all of the relationships between people, and so it eats me up like not being able to say things about. I don't know if we're gonna learn that in our coverage of it, but like yes, Zex is older than them.
I just opened up Zex's page on the
you
Gundam
fucked
Wiki
yourself,
and
so now
spoiled
you know.
myself on some shit.
Why
Don't
would
fucking do that.
you do
Don't go on the wiki. Never go on the wiki, folks. God damn it.
I've done that to myself so many times. It's a dangerous game.
See, now you know. Now
I know.
Now you know a big thing.
He's 19, by the way.
He's barely an adult. Oh.
The thing I wanted to bring up, I mentioned this during the game because I mentioned that this is Ocean Group doing the dub.
Mm-hmm.
The voice actor Brian Drummond, who played Vegeta, who did, in my opinion, legendary performance as Vegeta in the Ocean dub.
Yeah.
He plays Zex Marquise. It's the same guy. And he has that kind of evil villain tone.
Yeah.
He does. He's definitely evil.
He does. That's the thing I noticed. I wrote that down where I was like, I really like how the principals got like really pretty great voice actors for the principals, but then like you got all these subsequent characters that got like the arrow to the knee treatment. I'm specifically thinking of the one like politician in episode 2 who, what did my partner say? Oh, it sounded like a dollar store Gilbert Godfrey. That's what we said.
You're talking about the guy who's chewing Colonel Trays out, right?
Yeah.
Trays is like giving his report, and this guy's like, what are you
I
talking
just wrote
about?
down Squeaky General.
Yeah, we said dollar store Gilbert Godfrey over here. Like, it's like, it was like, we were talking about it, and I was like, no, my partner said, he was like, this sounds like a person who you meet at a party who's like really hammered and is like, listen to my Gilbert Godfrey impression.
You can't get him to stop.
Can't get him to stop.
And he keeps talking about the colonies.
It's like, not bad. It's not good.
There's also a submarine or like a warship captain in the second episode that has the same kind of thing going on. Like the voice actor kind of feels like he's being given directions by someone else entirely, who's not directing the rest of the series.
Absolutely. I thought that was the same voice actor there for a second, because like when I saw it in the second episode, I was like, that's not the same character, and it wasn't. But they sound very much the same. But like, yes, that was a thing that I liked. Characters, though.
Yes, we love to talk about these characters. I think it's so neat that we already know who the main cast is going to be, basically, by the end of episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They even do like a little roll call for us.
Oh, yeah, when they're fighting people and they say their names.
Let me find a reason to say my name in the middle of this fight.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about that to me is that they're doing this. These 4 dudes immediately say their names. We don't learn Hiro's name until the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And I do also appreciate that the voice directors are towing a pretty hard line about pronouncing his name and pronouncing it as you would pronounce it if you were a Japanese speaker.
Yeah.
There's only, I think, 1 or 2 instances of the glided R. Almost everybody does the tapped R on his name, which I think is really neat.
Yeah, that is.
I do. I like that too.
How about Relina? What do you guys think about Relina?
So I was like, why do I know this character archetype? What is so familiar about her? And as I was like watching her, on the back of my mind, like this tune just rose from the depths of my subconscious.
Oh shit.
And it was the, I would die every day waiting for you. And I was like, that's who she is. She's Bella Swan.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
Okay.
Instead of a vampire, she's dating a war criminal.
Bella Swan.
Yeah, she absolutely is. And I'm so glad you unlocked that for me, because the thing I was thinking about while I was watching Relina is this is an interesting character who has like an interesting internal life.
Yes.
I just feel like it's not being super well realized on the screen.
No.
Like there's something cool about like the daughter of a politician who is living this life of extreme comfort and privilege, who by some twist of fate has encountered the guy who is doing the like lone wolf resistance against the government.
Right.
And like it's causing the scales to fall from her eyes in terms of like what her dad does, what the base assumptions of society are.
Yeah.
It's just I don't feel like we're getting that much of it. There is the implication that she's feeling this stuff.
Yeah.
I hear that, but again, and maybe I don't know how long she's super relevant here, but we are on episode 2 out of 50.
That's correct. That's right.
Compared to some of our other series, so I wonder if the pace of some of that characterization gets stretched out as well.
I can tell you that yes, it does, but also, she never goes away. She's not going away.
Okay. So
I remember her being important.
She's important for the entire arc.
This is not an arc 1 character.
Not at all.
This is a
no.
Okay.
She's not going away. Because we're starting to see kind of what she's going to become in later episodes. Like you said, Newland, the scales falling off of her eyes. But it's one of those things where like her privilege was something that I struggled to accept and deal with, but also like her also like just obliviousness to things that are happening around her. Cause I'm like, hold on. First of all, in the first episode, you are the daughter of a prime minister and you're in the middle of a war. Like you're the prime minister, like you're the daughter of the prime minister of Earth and you're in the middle of a war and you're like, no, I don't need a ride home. I can walk. No, bitch.
Dude,
you cannot.
That made me flip my shit.
You cannot walk by yourself, ma'am. You will be kidnapped.
Why did anyone allow that?
You wouldn't know. No. And what are you, like 16? Get out of here. Absolutely not. First of all that. Second of all, pretty sure your mom is the highest grossing Mary Kay lady on earth because pink Cadillacs for days, and I loved that. But like, other thing I wrote was Relina has never been told no in her life, and she's never had, like, ever. See the "I'll kill you" moment. That was just for Gostrak. I'll kill you. But like,
so good.
She's never spoken to another teenager in her life. Somehow she's the most popular girl in school and has no personality. And I was like, man, I forgot how much of a pain in the ass you are. You are like the worst at the beginning of this series, and I forgot. And a lot of that, I think, is just like they tried to write. I think they're trying to write her as like this super innocent person who gets her innocence shattered because she gets to a point, like there's a point in her life where she can no longer deny the reality that's happening around her, and we see that she's clearly getting put in like these situations where she's not able to anymore. Like the story is forcing her to face the world around her, right? As we definitely see in like episode 2 and like all of this stuff where like the outside world, she like her bubble gets burst. But whew, she is just like, you're like, God, why is she the focal point for like out of the 20-minute show that I have to watch for like 9 minutes of it? That's precious 9 minutes that I want back.
I'm learning, having watched this, that I actually don't remember a whole lot of the plot of Gundam Wing, even though I watched the whole thing with rapt attention as a child. I'm kind of curious to see how the relationships between the Gundam pilots are going to develop. I'm sure there are like some locked memories deep within me of watching these sequences, but like seeing at the end of episode 2 that Duo and Hiro are fighting the same war on the same side, but don't know each other and don't know what's going on with each other is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like it clearly paints the picture of this like insurgent resistance that is like scrappy and disconnected and fighting back in whatever way it can.
Yeah, I didn't remember that either.
That was the impression I got. Yeah, 100%.
That's what I got too. I didn't remember that.
They're
either.
like from different cells, basically.
Yeah, I don't remember big key plot points. I remember big character turns, like character development moments.
Yeah.
But I don't. There were some things that as I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, that does happen. And oh yes, that's how we get to this point. But yeah, I'm with you. I was like, I largely don't remember a lot of this plot, but I think a lot of that is not only do I not remember it, I didn't understand it. I was watching this when I was like 11.
For sure.
And
for sure.
I was attracted to the melodrama of it all. And I remember like thinking of like, oh man, everybody's watching Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, but I'm watching anime. My favorite animes are Princess Mononoke, Gundam Wing. I am a lover of the art. I remember I felt very superior, and I'm like, baby, you did not. No, you were here for the robots.
That's the life of any anime fan.
Right, I was
is feeling superior to other anime fans. That's the lifeblood of this subculture, I feel like.
Yes, 100%.
At least I am not watching blank.
Right. I was like, baby, you didn't know what the fuck you were watching. You were here for the long-haired boy and the robots. If you don't sit your ass down...
We were all getting the same thing out of it.
Absolutely.
Hey, can I transition us for a moment, because I feel like we've gotten quite a bit into this and we're neglecting a big piece here.
Let's go.
I think we've had some insightful conversations about character and plot and setting. But guys, there's big robots here. We need to talk about the big robots.
There's some big fucking robots. I am very psyched about this because we have not approached a mecha show yet.
No.
Mecha is, of course, like one of the biggest genres of all time in anime.
Yeah.
We love giant robots. Everybody loves giant robots. Hey, what if a robot was shaped like a human being? Wouldn't that be sick?
This is where that scene from Metal Gear Solid 3 jumps into my mind, where the disgruntled general makes a whole speech against the idea of bipedal robots and how dumb it is and how it won't work, which is very funny to have in a Metal Gear Solid game. But I can't help it. It's cool as hell. A big robot that has a sword that is a laser.
Yeah.
He shoots a big laser. You can jump out of him and just punch a guy if the other guy also jumps out at the same time. There's so much Gundam and mecha in this first episode, I feel like.
What's your favorite one? Which one's your favorite so far? Which one's your favorite?
Of the Gundams we've seen so far, it's duos. It's Death Sight.
Okay,
it's Death Sight. It's gotta be Death Sight.
It's that weapon. Hell, that blew my mind. I was just getting used to the fact that the robot could have a big laser sword, and then here comes out of nowhere, like, hey, I'm 3 expansions later, and I have a scythe now. I'm like, whoa, we've jumped so far ahead in weaponry. And I'm loving it, and this is what I want to see more of now.
Do you want to hear a
great
fun thing
scene,
about the
by the
Death
way.
Scythe?
Yes.
Okay, my favorite thing about the Death Scythe is not only does it have a scythe, but it's actually the stealth one out of all of them. It has radio jammers, so it can't be detected by radar, which is why in episode 2 it just fucking wrecks underwater. Like, that's the reason why.
It just shows up.
It just shows up, and they, like, didn't
And
see
they're
him
like,
on the radar
oh, God,
at
we're
all.
getting killed.
It's because he's got essentially, like electric frequency jammers that essentially make him undetectable to, like, radars and, like, you know, area scanning things. So he's virtually
cool.
undetectable until, like, he shows the fuck up in, like, your window and, like, is slicing you in half. Like, that's
Then
why he's
here
so fucking
ruining
good.
your
dead.
day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a great moment.
So
I think
good.
it's from episode 1. It's from like right before the roll call where there's a bunch of enemy mobile suits. And by the way, Max, I want to make a distinction here. A Gundam is a specific type of mobile
I
suit.
noticed
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, because they referenced I was confused at first until I picked up on it, but no. The Gundams are made of Gundanium.
Yes.
And they're very special.
Yeah. If you see a Gundam, you're going to die.
Yeah.
That's the.
It's because Gundanium is an alloy that can only be mined and manufactured in space. So it's actually really hard. It's a really rare alloy. That's the thing.
It seemed like these are rare metal robots.
All day. All day, y'all. I love this fucking anime.
The moment I was about to talk about before we got on this tear was that it's in that roll call sequence. There's a guy in one of these non-Gundam mobile suits, and he goes, "Are we under attack?" And then gets immediately exploded by
So
death.
good. Hey, and also these people get killed.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
We are starting right out the gate with a lot of people getting killed in war.
Yeah.
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 Big body count already. In the first 2 episodes.
And also, one thing that we do see, like, because we're watching, like, the newer dub, and I'm pretty sure this was edited for the Toonami version. I didn't go back and watch the Toonami version. I might just for S&Gs. But as opposed to, like, Outlaw Star, where if people got shot, like, we just see, like, the ping, and, like, you know, people would be hurt. Oh, no. Duo shoots Hiro twice. And the man bleeds. Like, we are seeing people get hurt and, like, people get injured and people just, like, dead-ass die. Super dead-ass die. Like,
There's a guy in the second episode. He's piloting one of the underwater Gundams. Duo shoots his, like, spinning drill attachment at him. And in the moments before he explodes, we zoom inside the cockpit. There is water coming into the cockpit with him and smoke billowing from everywhere. Like, the visceral reality of these people and their final horrifying moments is being rendered here for us, like, quite clearly and unambiguously.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is no hand waving this away. I noticed one thing, which was I just marked down on my notes here. Time to Gundam in this series, 6.5 minutes. Pretty good.
Damn.
Yeah, they know.
They pull that
they know
Gundam
what
out
we're here
quick.
for.
They know what we're here for.
They do. They know what they're here for. They know that's what we want. We want, give us the bot.
And they also, the moment the Gundam proper appears, that's also when the music, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Like, they immediately pull out some good stuff.
Yeah, if you don't get this show's leitmotif stuck in your head, then you have no soul. You're not movable by music.
I don't know how, because, I mean, it started and I knew it. I was like, damn. I haven't heard this
I've been
sound
listening to this since I was a child.
I was like, I haven't heard this sound in 20 years. 20 years. And it was like, I mean, core memory. I was like, I know this shit. Oh my God. Love Emotion. That opening song.
Now, okay, correct me if I'm wrong here. I believe Toonami cut the opening off. Am I correct in this?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they shortened it, but it's definitely they shortened it considerably, probably for the edit. But that was still the OST when we were kids.
Huh.
And I know
Strange. Well, I had no memories of this intro song. Maybe it's like I was always getting home from school
Maybe.
at whatever time.
They also,
and I missed it. But
I know that also Endless Waltz definitely used it a lot too. Because you know that I watched the movie.
That's the movie.
You know that I watched the movie.
So when we're done with this, we got a movie to watch too.
Yeah, I did. When I was looking up the number of episodes, I did see that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah, it just puts everything on a bow. Although I did like the noir jazz. I was watching the Hulu dub, and so the subtitles are also like poorly done. The subtitles were just, things were misspelled. It was a mess. Wrong words. But my favorite subtitle was noir jazz, and it like shows up when Hiro is getting the invitation from Merlina, and he goes, "I'll kill you," like to her face, and her face turns into that Instagram meme. That scene! And her Instagram meme face, her face every time she's like having a crisis looks like an Instagram filter that you like put on your own face.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kostrak, tell me how that scene affected you now that you've seen it.
How'd that hit you?
Well, here's the thing. I mentioned this on Discord. Yeah, so in context, I have seen this scene before.
Yeah.
Where the birthday invite goes out, Hiro tears it up and just says, "I'll kill you."
Yeah.
And with no context, it's a pretty wild scene. With context, it does make more sense. Still pretty wild. He's trying to keep his cover, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is...
Right.
Just be cool, man.
Can we just talk about how... Actually, can we take a second to talk about Edward Cullen as Hiro Yui and how, like, unchill he is the whole fucking time? Mm-hmm. I forgot how unchill he is. Like, he is constantly at a level 11. He's constantly intense. Like, "I'll kill you?" I was like, sir, like, don't tell her. Of course you'd kill her. She's the Prime Minister's daughter. She should absolutely be a target. But on the school grounds, where is the lunch monitor? Sir, what?
There is just such a, like, patina over all of this, which is, like, there are tiny little moments in this scene that are, like, particularly mind-blowing, such as she extends the invitation to Hiro, everyone starts clapping. What's up with that?
Why?
The golf claps? Oh, the epitome of social etiquette.
When he tears it up and throws it in her face, the camera cuts to her clenched fist, like she's shaking with anger about what just happened.
To deck him.
Yeah.
She's never been told no, man. That privilege. It was nuts. Oh, one of my other favorite things, during the horsemanship class scene, how Hiro has, like, dipped out to, like, look up to essentially use the computer to hack into a military base, but he takes 5 minutes to, like, clear all his school debts.
Yeah,
I was like, priorities.
Yeah, just make sure his alibi's good. Yeah. This is very funny. This is always that thing, like, in this era of mecha anime where the robots are so high tech and they're in space, and the computers are old Macs with
it's like IBM shit.
Yeah, absolute, like, personal computer, brand new.
Which is, like, always so funny to me. I was like, dang, that giant is a box, which is super hilarious.
And I don't know if I made it clear from the summary, because I had to cut a lot of stuff out for time. The plan that Hiro has after crashing his Gundam into planet Earth is essentially to destroy it, so that the evidence of his action is completely gone, like, so that he can sort of fade into the background.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
I figured,
and the fact that
the mission was not to recover it.
Exactly, the mission was to keep it from being recovered.
Yeah, because they don't want it falling into the other faction's hands.
Exactly, and they also don't want anyone to fucking know that they got Gundams on Earth. Like, it's a big war secret for the Resistance that they're using Gundams in this fight.
Right.
And I think it seems like Hiro has a connection to someone, because he receives a change of orders in that first episode right before he engages with Zex.
Oh yeah.
But I assume we'll learn more about who his benefactor is as the series goes on.
Yes, we will. I know too much. I feel like Riley.
Yeah, Riley could step in here and Riley knows what we're talking about. Riley's hearing me say all this and going, ooh.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Before we close out, I do want to say I'm fucking loving Zex Marquise. This guy is cool as hell.
Yeah, he's extremely good. He's also very confusing to me because there is one other Gundam character I know,
Yeah.
and he looks just like this motherfucker,
and
it's not him.
And he has almost exactly the same personality as this motherfucker
Really?
too,
Yeah.
and he wears the same helmet and the same
He's
outfit.
a clone
Zex
of Char.
Zex is a clone of Char, and I think Hito is supposed to be like a dark reflection of Amuro Ray also.
Yeah, I think so.
But I
Yeah.
don't know that much about MS Gundam, like the original Gundam that we're talking about here.
But Zex is cool.
Zex is very cool.
Yeah, Zex is way fucking cool.
Zex-
A good antagonist
Yes.
here. Like he's got that very good sort of archetype of like the guy who's behind the scene. Like the big empire is obviously after them, but here's the guy who's got their fucking number, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the guy who's going to get closer and get smarter.
Yeah.
And he's not even very high ranking. Lieutenant is a pretty low
Yeah,
rank
he's just a
in the
lieutenant.
military.
Yeah, he's just a lieutenant, but he is like right-hand man to the ultimate zaddy, Trey's Kushranada. Because we haven't mentioned Trey's yet.
And fucking Trey's. We didn't even fucking talk about Trey's or Oz.
Kushranada yet, and his fantastic fucking eyebrows. What a goddamn zaddy. Fuck!
Incredible eyebrows on this man,
Yes.
who is like the mastermind behind like a splinter faction
Yeah.
of the imperialist
Oz?
army.
Yeah, he's Oz.
Yes.
He's Oz.
Okay.
And like he's the one who like essentially like that's the thing. It's like like Zex is actually in cahoots with Trey's to like get all this shit too. Like it's
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's layers. It's wild. It's gonna.
They
be
have
cool.
their own side, and they're playing this conflict specifically for their own needs.
Yeah.
And what's cool is I didn't learn about this until later. Did you all notice the names going on for the enemy mobile units?
Yes, they are zodiac signs.
Oh yeah, Leo and Cancer.
Yep.
Oz stands for Organization Zodiac.
Oh.
Or Operation Zodiac or something like that. Like it is the unifier between all of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the source of their mobile units
Yeah.
that they have.
Because you have Leo, Pisces, and Cancer are the mobile suits that we're introduced to for Oz right now. But I think we get a few more. I'm pretty sure we get a few more. I don't think we get all 12, but we definitely get at least one or two more for sure. Oh man, I love this series. Clearly, I love this series. This is like I have so much information that now that we're going to talk about it, I'm going to be like, oh, I know this and this and this and this and this and this and this.
I'm with you all. This kicks ass so far.
It's a good show.
I mean,
So
this
good.
This is really cool.
It's so good.
And it does really feel like I know we watched like Outlaw Star had some mature stuff going on in it. Trigun had some mature stuff going on in it. This definitely feels like it's a level higher. Like this at the time as a child and now to me as an adult feels like it wants you to take it seriously in a way that the other shows we've watched have not really asked of the viewer.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Like Trigun, I think came close because Trigun has like this very coherent philosophy that it's trying to,
But it
inform you
did
about gently.
undercut itself with the Bugs Bunny bullshit.
Yeah.
Also,
absolutely.
Vash is a fucking like Looney Tunes character.
Yeah.
So there were no Looney Tunes in this show.
None. Not a single one. Clown though. One clown.
And
There
lions.
is one clown.
And a lion. Did we notice that you have to have a resume?
Yeah, you have to be a resident to work in the
A
circus.
resume to work in the circus? I didn't know that.
I gotta call up my friend Ken, who is a clown, and ask him about this because I know that I just am not aware of clowning resumes
don't.
as a thing.
As someone who sat next to a clown and watched this episode, like, no, the way that he popped the fuck off on the couch and he was like, you don't need a resume to work in the circus. That's not how this works. Yeah, you don't need a resume to work in the circus, according to my literal clown fiance.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
You
I feel
don't.
like that's part of the appeal,
It's
right?
usually a family affair. It's usually audition.
Yeah, you usually go into this job because you would like to not be so known.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. But the lions are so cute.
Cute lion.
And this child soldier walks up and is just like, I can interact with this lion, it's fine, because, and he turns directly to the camera, beasts only bear their fangs at enemies, they are true to their feelings. I love the lines that get dropped in this show, by the way. Not making fun of these. These are great.
Sometimes they are really good, and then sometimes they are really corny. And I imagine 11-year-old
Troy is a corny motherfucker, though.
So fucking corny. He's so corny. Like, I just remember me at 11 thinking it was really deep, but I'm like, now as a 33-year-old woman, I'm like, no. I see where I get everything from.
No, he's just got main character syndrome. Like, he just got lucky there.
He does.
Like, that lion's gonna bite you 9 times out of 10,
yeah,
man.
100%.
You cannot just, like, bring your confidence game to an animal.
A lion fight?
Yeah.
No. Love Troa's hair, by the way. Just great, all-time great anime haircuts on Troa Barton.
So do you want to hear a fun fact? And I swear to God, I will keep the story really fast. Okay? You know how I have
hey, take all the time you need, dude.
Valid. You know how I have a hawk, right? Like I have a hawk, a mohawk, rooster comb, whatever people call it these days.
I thought you were about to fucking tell me that you keep a pet hawk.
I was 100% ready for you to tell us about your bird.
No. So, you know how my hairstyle, I'm like shaved on all 3 sides, right?
Yes.
I'm on the top. So, many years ago, in 2014, 2015, I can't remember when it was exactly, but I was living with my friend who I was talking about pre-podcast. And we were watching Gundam Wing. We were going through and watching it again. And I had this huge fro way back, in the day. And I was like, man, I'm so tired of doing my hair. It took me a long time to do my hair every weekend. Yeah. And we were watching Gundam Wing and I was looking at Troa and I was like, yo, you think I could pull that hairstyle off? And he was like, yeah, I think you can pull that hairstyle off. And I was like, cool. I was like, can you cut my hair? And he's like, yeah, I can totally cut your hair. And so I had to get it cleared by a director because I was in a show at the time, blah, blah, blah. And I come back and we go to cut my hair and he takes his clippers and he's like, no guard, and just goes, whoop. And then behind me, he goes, and I said, what? And they go, I don't actually know how to style your hair like Troa's hair, but I can try. And he couldn't do it. So we just gave myself a mohawk, but my hair was originally inspired by Troa's hair from Gundam Wing. And it's kind of a goal to get to that one day, but I have to actually grow like my bald part of my head out, and that's really uncomfortable. But yeah, I wanted hair like Troa Barton from Gundam
That is
Wing.
pretty amazing. I didn't realize you had such a direct connection.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I pretty strongly idolized Duo Maxwell as a kid because, well, he had the same name as me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
100%.
I mean, it's his last name, but still.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
And also, he just seems like a cool guy.
He's such a cool guy.
The voice performance brings a lot to it.
Yeah, he is so cool. I mean, like, honestly, like, when I wrote fan fiction in middle school, like, and it was romantic fan fiction, I'd insert myself as Duo's romantic interest in it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's so great.
Oh my God. This is like...
That is amazing.
You are one of the great of all-time genres of internet users. We need you.
I lost it in a move, like, because we moved a lot when I was a kid, and I lost that composition notebook because I would read it to my friends at lunch, and like they were also in it too. And so, like, one of them was dating Wu Fei, 2 of them were fighting over Troa, one of them was dating Hiro, like, it was all this goof stuff. So I would read it to them at lunch, so it was in a composition notebook. I never, like, wrote it on a computer.
It never made it online?
I never made it online. It was lost. If it was ever found...
Wow, that is original fan fiction. Yeah. That is as raw as it gets.
If it was, like, that's, like, the only thing that I wish I kept from my childhood, because it was lost in a move, and I, like, was just destroyed, because it was, like... Because I had to write on a deadline, so it was, like, a probably really great, horrible, cringe creative output. I wish I still had it. Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll be feeling some inspiration as we continue our walk.
Recreate
with
it.
Hiro.
There's your goal.
No, you know what I want to do? I want to find the Gundam Dynasty Warriors game and play that bad boy.
Does that exist?
Yes, dude.
Yeah, dude, and
I
it's
wanna
very
play
good.
that.
It's very good. It's real good.
I would like to, after watching this, I do want to control a big robot very badly.
Yeah.
I think the only Gundam game I've ever played is the fighting game.
Oh, yeah, that one was good, too.
For PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, it's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Totally unbalanced. You can be a gigantic Gundam that takes up literally the entire screen.
Yeah, it was
That's good.
The Dynasty Warriors one, though, was so cathartic. And you could unlock like all the Gundams from like all the franchises, which was really cool. It wasn't just like the like Gundam Wing; it was like all of them, which was sick as fuck. It was really cool.
I looked this up because I know that the like dynasty what are they called? This like genre,
The Warriors games, yeah.
The Warriors games. They always come up with like a different name. This thing's just called Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
Yep, it sure is.
I'm very proud of them for doing that.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, it's fucking sick. It's very cool. Like, yes, of course.
This came out in 2007. I can't believe this.
Of course I played as Death Scythe. What? I did try as Heavy Arms, which is actually very fun. Heavy Arms is a good time. You can't beat a Gatling gun on a big robot. You can't beat it. Sandrock is also cool.
It is. The Warriors games are incredible when they go into other franchises because sometimes it does just feel really good to play your favorite character because they just make all the characters playable, and then B, beat up a whole bunch of guys, like thousands of guys.
Yeah. Like,
it is really wonderful to hit a button and watch 500 dudes jump up in the air because I punched them all.
Yes, because
that's a great feeling.
I've put a ridiculous amount of hours into the One Piece version of the Warrior games.
Fuck yeah.
Oh shit.
Fuck yeah.
And it is extremely cathartic to do that.
It's because you know what? Like the death mechanics are so like the death physics are so fucking broken. They just fly. They just ragdoll everywhere. It's it's stupid.
Hit a group of 30 people and make them all go flying into a wall, and then they disappear, and 100 more guys appear, and then you shoot a big missile or whatever. Yeah. I'll do this all day.
All day.
Well, I cannot wait to reacquaint myself with the characters in the world of Gundam Wing.
Yes. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to see more.
Oh.
This is going to be a really fun ongoing series for us. This is going to be our send-off to season 1 of After School Anime Club, is having fun with the first 6 episodes of Gundam Wing.
Yes.
And we're going to end, real quick, behind the scenes, you can cut this out. We're going to end with like a big cliffhanger and like a murder. I know we were going to have a separate thing to like talk about all this, but I was like, I've already got a knife right here. And I was wondering like how intense I should get with the finale.
It's just a semester ending. Kostrak?
But I mean, we've got to have something to bring the fans back, right? Like
this isn't High School of the Dead. Kostrak.
It should be uncertain whether I'm alive or not at the end of season 1, I think. I'll make it happen. You guys don't have to worry about it.
We have a TikTok.
Okay.
I have some ideas now that you've said it, because we do apparently have a TikTok, and I am, in fact, a violence designer.
Oh shit, we do have a TikTok. I keep forgetting about that. I should probably tell people about it at the end of the fucking episode.
We should promote all our channels.
Do we post anything on TikTok?
Yeah, I post the previews, the little Friday treats.
Cool. Got it. Okay. I was like, do we?
I guess I'll download TikTok.
I have a TikTok. I guess I should follow us on TikTok. I only use it to send.
I'm dragging my feet.
All right, whatever. That's business.
Okay. Well, that bell means that you've reached the end of another meeting of the After School Anime Club. We had so much fun on today's episode with you, and we hope you had fun too. You can find After School Anime Club online at Anime Club Pod on Twitter. We're also on TikTok at After School Anime Club, and we're on Tumblr too at After School Anime Club.
What?
Me personally.
Why are we on Tumblr?
Yeah, we're on Tumblr. We have like 12 followers, I think. It's great.
That's wonderful.
We're also on Facebook. You can also find us on YouTube. Yep. We're all over the socials.
We're
everywhere,
on the socials.
man.
We're on the internet.
You can't escape us.
No, we're coming for you. We're in your home.
And if you want to find me before I find you, I'm on Twitter at MaxNewland_. How about you, Kostrak?
You can find me also on Twitter. It's Max_attacks.
And Stevie.
I'm in your ears and I'm in your walls. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at a smattering on both platforms.
And in your walls.
Definitely in your walls. Eating your cheese.
Hiding in... I just don't know what to say about that. Oh boy. Well, it didn't stop being important for me to say that podcasts are so difficult to market and so difficult to grow audiences for. So every time you tell somebody about Afterschool Anime Club, I do hear it, and it does make me happy.
Yeah.
So, tell your friends and make sure you say it nicely, because I am listening. And if you leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, apparently that's the one that really matters. Like, the iTunes reviews are like the big things. If you go on there and you leave a review and it's funny, I'll read it for you on the air.
Yeah.
But Stevie, what should they leave out if they want that to happen?
You should leave out all your chicken-headed shit. No chicken-headed shit in your reviews.
That's right.
We should all try to do that with more of our everyday lives.
Yeah, you should just not bring any chicken-headed shit to your life. Like, just keep all that chicken-headed shit out.
It just makes things better.
Yeah, don't be a chickenhead. Be chickenhead free.
Don't be a chickenhead. If the new boy at school doesn't want to hang out and you think he might be doing some like stochastic terrorism also, don't
give him a
force
paper
the
invite to your birthday party.
I mean,
tear up in front of you.
Granted, if somebody RSVP'd to my birthday party with "I'll kill you," I would bring the party to them as a challenge.
They are the
They're
party.
the whole fucking party.
Clearly.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you have to get through the party to kill me.
Nah,
Sorry.
This is some catch me if you can shit. Let's go.
Let's go, indeed.
Welcome. I've created a hitman level for you.
Right. The Great Hunt. Choose your weapon. If you fail, I'll mount your head on my wall.
This is the best way to grow your podcast is to threaten your listeners, I think, probably.
We're so good at this.
We are.
Yeah, we're great podcasters. Thank you.
We're very antagonistic. It's wonderful. It's our strength.
And despite everything we've said over the past 2 minutes, we're so glad you were here. We can't wait to see you again next week. Thanks again, and we'll see you at the next meeting.
Chew that umeboshi, baby. Chew it slowly.
Dawn! Quit your fancy ASMR dreaming and wake up!
What?
We're back!
Who's back?
Okashina Podcast Anime with Friends, of course!
Oh, never heard of it.
I have.
Who are you?
I'm Victoria. I'm joining Okashina Podcast as the third chair.
Nani?
Would everyone stop screaming?
Why, I'm glad you asked. Okashina Podcast Anime with Friends is a podcast in which two childhood besties, me, Sabrina, and you, Dawn, and you, Victoria, watch anime together and then discuss what we watched with restrained delight.
That's 3 people.
Sounds boring. I'm going back to bed.
You can't! You'll miss all the weird, wild, under-the-radar anime we cover.
I never agreed to this.
It's fun! Check us out on the Moonshot Podcast Network.
Insert joke.